Food security means availability, accessibility, and affordability of food to all people at all times. Dimensions of food security. Availability of food means food production within the country, food imports and the previous year's stock stored in government granaries. Accessibility means food is within reach of every person. Affordability means implies that an individual has enough money to buy sufficient, safe, and nutritious to meet one's dietary needs. So these are the three main concepts that we will be focusing on. So for food security of the country, increasing food grain production is very important. Food security's important requirement is to increase production of food grains. It means the government takes necessary actions and sets certain rules on farmers that increase food grain production. The graph showing production of grains in million tons. Now the food grain production has grown over the period of 1970 to 71 to 2016 to 2017. So if we look at the graph, we see that on x-axis the years are taken and the grains in million tons are recorded on the y-axis. So when we look at the graph closely, we see that the food grains production has grown over the period 1970 to 71 to 2010 to 11. Now when we look at it, we see that the paddy production increased from about 40 million tons in 1970 to 71 to about 96 tons in 2010 to 11. Another important food crop that witnessed a rapid increase in production during this 40-year period was wheat. So when we compared to wheat and paddy, the production of jowar did not increase during 1970 to 2011. This could be due to the dryland agriculture. Now we see the agricultural targets for 2020 to 2021. Since last few decades, there is no new land added under cultivation. Hence, we need to concentrate on increasing yield of crop. Now, what is the possible ways of increasing production of food? One way is to expand irrigation, but use water in a manner that the resources is shared and made available to all. Now the graph clearly states that after rice and wheat, jowar is a third important crop in terms of area and production. Paddy and wheat together occupy 50% of the gross cropped area of the country. The graph clearly indicates that the remaining food crops, including jowar, also are having a very low yield level. Much attention has not been paid to increase their productivity. This explains the present shortage of pulses in the country. So, attention should be given to increase the yield of jowar. Now, what would you think the factors that have contributed to increase in growth of paddy and wheat yield over a long period. Now, this is because of the use of fertilizers. Green revolution. Now, green revolution is something where many new seeds, hybrid variety seeds or high yield variety seeds have been improved, which has given good yield. Modern technology in agriculture also have contributed to the increase in the growth of paddy and wheat. Planting drought resistant crops as per the local condition, water harvesting, and crop rotation are therefore used to raise production on a given piece of land. It is also important to ensure that soil and other natural resources are not damaged or depleted in the process. But some scientists and people working in the field of agriculture report that the way rice and wheat are cultivated in India by intensive and unscientific applications of chemical fertilizers and insecticides have led to continuous but unsustainable increase in the yield level. In fact, these methods have led to soil degradation and depletion of groundwater resources. If this continues, we may soon come to a situation that yields starts falling rather than going up.